Welcome to Kevy's Corner. I'm Kevykev, and on today's show, we wrap up the UFL season. That's right, the United Football League wrapped up the 2025 season, and congratulations are in order for the DC Defenders. They won the championship over the Michigan Panthers. They win it by a final score of 58-34. Talk about some offensive uh, action, and this was a huge offensive shootout. This game, of course, taking place right here in St. Louis, second year in a row. And DC, after a coaching change right before a week before the start of the season, they get the win. And boy, were they sensational. They had 11 possessions in the game, and they scored on 10 of them, did not punt the entire game. So, again, congratulations to them. The big action, of course, coming by the way of a former Battlehawk, Jordan Teamu. What a day he had on the day. He was tremendous. He was the MVP for the game. He was 21 of 28 for 390 yards and four touchdowns. Now, this game was billed as a two big offensive titans getting together, as you had Teamu of DC, and then also Bryce Perkins, who had a tremendous year, who was, in fact, the UFL MVP for the Michigan Panthers. And he, on this particular day, also was sharp. He had 388 yards and four touchdowns. But again, the day was Teamu. He was tremendous on just DC. Again, congratulations on the win. Of course, it was tough because St. Louis Battlehawk fans, we had to see them the week before, be it in the rain, and both teams resting many of their players the week before the championship game, but they had the championship game and the Battlehawks, if you could say, a letdown. I'm sure that's what they would say. Just nothing went right in that game. Battlehawks lose that one 36-18. I mean, everything that could go wrong in that championship game, it went that way. And you heard it from Coach Anthony Becht as he talked about it, and just a really, really tough night for the Battlehawks. Really tough, too, because everything was in place for them to get to that UFL championship. And of course, I believe had they had that game and been in the championship game, you would have probably seen in excess of 40,000 fans, I would predict, for that. But the way it turned out, 27,000 on hand for the Battlehawk championship game. And then, tough one for us here in St. Louis, the championship game itself between DC and Michigan, only about just under 15,000 for the game. So that was tough. A lot of questions to talk about with that. But want to get back to the Battlehawks too, though, just for a minute. It was tough. As a St. Louis fan, I was glad to hear that the game was going to be in St. Louis, the championship game I'm speaking of, but also noting that the pressure on the team to get into that game would be something. And again, give Anthony Beck and the Battlehawks credit. They had the best record in the league at 8-2, had the best record, even winning that game in the rain we talked about. But they had the best record in the league, the best fans. They had led the league again in attendance, and so everything looked like it was going to go into place. But that was a lot of pressure for them. I know, of course, wanted to downplay it, but to win their division, get into the championship game, win the championship game, get, or I should say, the league championship game, and then, or conference championship. That's what I'm trying to say, the conference championship game, and then get into the UFL championship. A lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. And again, it was a tough letdown. I give Anthony Beck credit, though. He accepted full responsibility, him, the staff, and the players, for the way things went. We know those things happen in sports. That's why we watch, because we don't ever know who will always win. But he just said, "Hey, we didn't play well. We had our worst game of the season, and that's how things turned out for them." But one of the things I really always appreciated about Coach Beck is that throughout the entire season, he always talked about this league. You want to win, number one, of course, right? But the opportunity for the players to get a chance to move on to the NFL. And that was the goal. And building tape, having, that tape that they could show, that they could use to help them. And of course, we've seen many players take advantage and do that. And so that was always his goal. And he wanted to win with the team and, of course, get players the opportunity to move on to the next level. So got to give him a lot of credit there, and shout outs to them and the Battlehawks on the season that they had. Some people asked the question: is the novelty over? Is it with the drop in attendance that you've seen, and even here in St. Louis where the attendance was down? Of course, a lot of factors there. First of all, here in St. Louis, we're still dealing and will be dealing with it for a long time to come, and that's the effect of the tornado. And so, of course, here, our number one mission, of course, is to support our brothers and sisters and families that have been affected by the tornado. So certainly, I think that truly had an effect on the spring and football and where they were going and that. Then, of course, you also add on the fact that it was a weekend the Dodgers were in town. Ohtani and the Dodgers were all in town. You had the NBA Finals, NHL Stanley Cup final taking place. A lot going on, big golf tournaments. So a lot to contend with for the sports fan in St. Louis that the UFL Championship week. So again, I don't think the novelty is gone. I think St. Louis fans continue to love football. While it was a tough day for the Michigan Panthers in the game in the UFL Championship against DC, one of the great things or good things of the day was the fact that it was a homecoming event for one of St. Louis's very own. And we're talking about DJ Miller Jr. You remember DJ, outstanding athlete, outstanding football player at John Burroughs High School right here in St. Louis. Went on to play college football at Iowa State University and then on to Kent State. Well, of course, last season he was in camp with the Kansas City Chiefs, had a really, really good camp, and ended up, of course, this year in the UFL with the Panthers of Michigan. He was homecoming. The John Burroughs fans, the faithful were there, his family, of course, and friends. And we had the opportunity to talk to DJ after the game about coming home and playing in front of the hometown fans. DJ, just want to get your thoughts too. I mean, coming out today, you're coming back home. Like you say, you used to go to Rams games when you were a kid here. What was kind of going on in your mind and everything before you hit the field today?
Just gratitude, man. Just gratitude, honestly. It's a blessing and to be out here, out there on a professional field where the Rams used to play. Like you said, I was giddy as a little kid watching the Rams play. So just gratitude, man. I was super blessed and highly favored to be there. So.
No God, and of course, a lot of family, friends, John Burroughs. They were here today.
Yeah, they were. There was a lot of support in the fans. Burroughs, peak performers, first foreigners, a lot of St. Louis natives here in support today, and I appreciate each and every one of them, truly. So,
I know all during last season, everybody was talking about you when you were in the Chiefs camp, and I know just rooting for you. Your thoughts now after the UFL season? What's going to be next for you?
God willing, I get a call and an opportunity back in the NFL. Put my best foot forward in the UFL. Definitely felt that I improved myself, improved my game, and kind of put my name out there to some other teams. And so, God willing, I'll get a call here soon and be signed to a team. So, yeah.
One last thing, I know you made some UFL history, the first player to get to the center of the game. Talk about what that was like for you this season.
Man, it was a fantastic feeling, man, and I couldn't have done it without the 10 other guys on the field with me, without the front four getting after the quarterback, without the other back six doing their job too, man. So honestly, it's a credit to them doing their job just as well as I did mine, and just God looked down on me and decided that, hey, it's time to make history. So I'm appreciative of him for that. So.
All right, DJ, well, thanks so much. Best wishes. Look forward to seeing you in the NFL this
Absolutely.
year.
Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thanks again to DJ Miller Jr. What an outstanding person he is. Great character, just a classy individual. And we wish him nothing but the very best in his pursuit to the NFL. I have a very good feeling that we're going to see him in the National Football League in this upcoming season. Again, thanks a lot, DJ, on your successes there. And a special thanks also to Brian Stull of the Battlehawks for all all of his assistance and help this year with us covering the Battlehawks, and we appreciate everything. Look forward to next season. Thank you again for being with us on this edition of Kev's Corner. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and look forward to you in the upcoming shows. All right, that's it for me. Peace to everybody, and God bless.